They say that the breakthrough comes after the breakdown, but for the longest time, I couldn't tell the difference between the breakthrough and the breakdown. And for me, it came in January when I first took my blood. I was having problems seeing from October of last year up until January. And I had a friend come over, and the friend, he took my blood when he heard my vision was funny, and that was my first time. And my blood was 405. At the time, I had no idea what that meant, but when everybody else in the family took their blood and it was at 100, I started to realize like something was wrong, something was off. And so I didn't really think much of it. I kind of just blocked it out, but my vision got worse and I couldn't see anything. And so I finally went to get my eyes checked, and they started to, you know, get me fitted for glasses and what have you. And then I went and got my blood work done. And when I got my blood work done, my doctor called me immediately. He said, "You have to come in." He said, I need to talk to you now. And so when I went in, and for him, it had to be a physical visit, right? Like he didn't want to talk to me over the phone. And so I go in and he tells me that my blood at the time, I guess it had lowered a little. It was 360, 383, and my A1C was 12. And so for those that know nothing about it, like your normal blood should be around anywhere from 79 to 119, and mine was 363. And then your A1C should be around 5.5, and mine was 12. And I really had no clue what that was, but when I started hearing the averages, I knew something was off. And I pretty much was walking around like Weekend at Bernie's, right? Like I was dead man walking and didn't even realize it. The only thing that I felt was that my vision was off. And so my doctor told me that I had diabetes. And to me, this was like another thing in a long list of breakdowns. And it was hard for me to hear. And within a second, I had to gather myself. And I asked him, "How do you reverse it?" And he told me, "You can't reverse it." And I was like, "No, watch, give me 30 days. And so even though I felt determined, I was scared. I had a friend that would, you know, every time he had to eat, he would have to stick his stuff with a needle, give himself insulin in his stomach, and that's how he would start his meal. And I didn't want to be that. I didn't want my kids to see that. I didn't want to be one of those people that just stopped fighting. And I think this was like the lowest of the low. And I started fighting, and within 45 days, I was able to lower my A1C down to 5.7. I was able to lower my blood down to, my lowest was 120 and or 116, and it would average around there. But the biggest thing is that I felt better. I felt healthier. And the whole time, all I could think was, thank you. Like, thank you for my vision going out. Thank you for me finding out I had diabetes. I was stuck in a place. I lost, I'm ashamed to say, but I lost over 50 pounds. I'm under 200 pounds right now. And so it took the breakdown for me to have a breakthrough. And sometimes we feel like everything is a loss. We feel like the pressure doesn't stop. Like God is just sitting there silent, and we think it's him taking swings, but it's not. And when things finally crack, we don't look at it as a blessing, and sometimes we have to look at it as a blessing. And I felt like it was a failure. I was embarrassed to tell people what I was going through. I was embarrassed to admit how heavy I was. I had been hiding for so long. And here I was, 50 pounds overweight. Blood was...
I'm not spending the money because I go to the grocery store.
Blood was through the roof. Blood sugar was through the roof. And I didn't know what to do. And I just had to lean on God. I had to believe that he would deliver me. I had to believe that my story was bigger than this. This is not how it would end. What they don't tell you is that sometimes the biggest shift in your life comes wrapped around grief. It comes wrapped around pain and betrayal. It's in silence. It doesn't come, it's not announced, right? My vision went slowly. It wasn't something that happened. It went from, being able to read the subtitles on the TV to not reading them anymore. And this has nothing to do with diabetes, right? It's about what happens when it feels like the doors are slamming closed on you. When, at night you're just so overwhelmed that your pride won't even let you cry, like you're numb. And you don't feel like praying, but you have to. Looking back now, the breakdown wasn't created by God. God is like the fireman who is at the scene of the fire and is trying to help you. But sometimes we think he's the cause. He's not the cause. He's there to help. He's the one that's trying to break you away from everything. All the things that don't belong to you, all the things that don't belong in your life, he's trying to remove it. And sometimes we're trying to cling on so hard to those things that we don't want to let go, right? I had to let go. I had to realize that there were things in my life that I didn't control. I had to face my ego, my comfort, my need to be liked, my illusion of control. I didn't know it then, but the ground wasn't crumbling beneath my feet, and that's how it felt. But it was being constructed. He was pouring a deeper foundation. And I know a lot of you are feeling broken right now. There's despair. You look at the world and the news and everything going on, and it's overwhelming. And then you look around your own house, your own life, and most of us are like, this is not my life. This is not what I imagined. This is not who I imagined I would be. And you're feeling hurt and you're aching. And some of us do it in silence. And you're asking, God, where are you? And I want to tell you, he's there. You're not buried alive. You're being guided. And he's guiding you to what he's built for you ahead. Don't run from the pressure. It's proof that he's paving something strong enough that could stand the weight of all the gifts and blessings you're going to carry and that you're called to carry. You're not being punished. He's not punishing you. He's positioning you. Because when it's all said and done, the platform doesn't just come from being perfect. It comes from surviving what should have taken you out. And you're still waking up and you're still praising and you still have his name on your lips. You're still standing. You're still fighting. You're stronger than you realize you are. You're still helping out others when they don't realize you're barely making it. You're helping others to swim while you're barely keeping your head above water. You're drowning yourself. But it's because you're stronger. You're closer than you think. This is not the end. This is the beginning of your story. This is the way your story should be told. Your story is bigger than you. And I'm telling you this because it's the beginning of a new you. You have to tell your story. You can't help anybody, including yourself, keeping it to yourself. Go be great. Tell your story and go get your breakthrough. The breakdown is over.